Welcome to the Sports Show. Mike, Max, Patrick Royce, Lavelle E. Neal, and Sid Hartman.
Quite a litany of greatness you got there, Maxie, down the side. I can't wait till we get to sit on Sid, because the other four aren't doing much for us.
You know, last weekend, the Twins won 2, the Lynx finished out, the Vikings had a big win, and the Gophers had a big win.
Yes.
I should just say Loserville.
Wow. Sydney, well, let's start with the Vikings. What did you think?
I thought they played pretty well. I think that kid playing right tackle, they just picked on him all day and they killed him. Denver's got a pretty good football team, even though Peyton Manning is not what he used to be. 2 interceptions to Smith and Barr, and it's just unfortunate that Bridgewater played so good, I thought, that he had a fumble at the end there and lose.
He plays okay.
Huh?
He kind of plays like, you can't point to a lot of big mistakes except for the fumble, but he doesn't make any big plays.
Let me just add one thing. They're not going to beat any good team unless Peterson has a good day. He can't have average 2.2 yards per carry except for that one run he made.
Let me say this. We beat the hell out of Ponder because everybody was able to play 8 men in the box and he couldn't make them pay for it, right? These guys had 9 men in the box more often than not today. I mean, they got great athletes. There's no doubt about it. They're on the good side. But they weren't any more afraid of the Viking passing game with Teddy than they were with Ponder. They had 8 or 9 guys in the box, and they knew that if he tried to hold the ball and beat them, that they were going to get to him. And you know, he was okay, but he does hold it a touch long, don't you think?
Yeah, he's always okay. I mean, he doesn't. You can see they've coached him well not to throw into traffic and some of those things, but he also doesn't make plays.
Right, I didn't see all the game because I was busy eulogizing the Twins season today. But the parts I saw one nice play where he almost got sacked, scrambled out of it, and made the falling throw for first down. I thought it was pretty, but I thought there were a couple times too where he held onto the ball a little bit too much. But that pass rush that he was facing today was pretty ferocious. And for the Vikings to lose by 3 points, I thought was an achievement, actually.
I agree with Patrick. He's got to learn to get rid of the ball quicker. He holds on to it too long, and that's what killed him today. But Denver's pretty good, and they're awful tough to beat at Denver, where that crowd is just
something else.
Murder.
A lot of Minnesota fans there today. We never did. Did you hear that? Did you see the purple? You never did account for Ponder being released by Oakland, though. Why did they release him?
Pardon me?
Why did Oakland release Kristen Ponder, someone that you thought was a very serviceable quarterback?
I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody in the NFL is dumb, huh?
All I know is this. It's always the quarterback. Quarterback. In hockey, it's a goaltender.
Yeah, not always.
Basketball, I don't know, nobody really. Hockey.
Point guard. Basketball, point guard.
Yeah. Perkins,
and
I can't understand.
Pitcher in baseball.
Closer, maybe.
I can't understand why Paul Malter did a great job.
What? We're still talking about the Vikings.
You got to follow the menu there, buddy.
Vikings.
We're still on the Vikings. So Patrick, they're 2-2, and everybody wants to believe they're 10-6 kind of team that can make the playoffs. What do you think?
Well, they got the privilege of playing Detroit and Chicago in their division, and they got 3 left with them. And your Bears are terrible, even though they won today. Even though they won today, so yeah, they could go 9-7. I think 10-6.
Right in that range, it looks like.
Yeah, because who do they got left in the? They got Kansas City and Oakland left as the.
Yeah, they got Arizona sitting out there in December.
Arizona, but that defense is good.
Green Bay
defense is good.
I think Zimmer absolutely loved today, the ultimate chess match. Peyton Manning, and I think he'd rather be a defensive coordinator than a head coach, but it pays better,
Right. The thing the Vikings have to do is, how many road games did they win last year? Was it 2?
I think something like that.
How many road wins do they have this year?
None. Well, they're all 2.
So, once again, that's one of the hurdles they're going to overcome. They're going to have 2 layups against the Bears and Lions, as you pointed out. But if they want to be a playoff team, they got to figure out how to convert some of these things on the road. Blair Washington, the field goal, ended up coming back to bite them. But when you lose by 3 points, it's more than just the kicker that you can blame.
Here's the thing. They're not going to beat Detroit at Detroit.
Why not?
Why not?
Why?
I don't think they are.
Okay.
They should beat Chicago. They're not going to beat Green Bay here or there.
Well,
But otherwise, I think they can win the rest of the game.
Well, they got to go to Arizona. That's not going to be easy.
No.
The Vikings will win in Chicago.
Kansas City's not going to be easy in a couple weeks.
Nope.
Well, Arizona's pretty good. If they win today,
They lost.
They
got
lost
beat
in
by
the
the
end.
Rams.
they were
in-
struggling for a while.
Yeah, Rams ended up beating them.
Well, I thought that it was much more entertaining than I thought it was going to be watching the first quarter because when it was 10-0 right off the bat.
That didn't look good, did it?
But the Barr interception, and then I don't know. Did Harrison Smith get away with something? The helmet to Thomas, or did Thomas bring his helmet down to that?
I don't know. I didn't see it close enough to.
Because that kid got rattled up. So
Who do you like in the NFL right now? The Packers, the Patriots. Who do you like?
I think you named the two teams there. I was on the Cardinals bandwagon until today.
Couldn't help but be.
You know, Carson. They put some pressure on Carson Palmer. I think he turned over the ball a couple times, and they could not run on that defense. But I still think the Cardinals are going to be an interesting team to watch.
Dallas with Tony Romo when he gets back. Who do you like, Sid?
Pardon me?
Who do you like in the NFL right now?
I got to like the Patriots. As long as Brady's the way he is, I think they'll go to the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, he's been special so far, but so is Rodgers. Take a break, come back, stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.
Quality. It's the result of shared values. The joy found in an honest day's work. Respect for true American craftsmanship and the need, not the want, to get things right. It's the result of remembering your roots, being forever humbled by how far you've traveled and forever hungry to push on further. Quality is a result. Quality is who we are. Cambria. Family owned, American made.
You're watching CW-23.
I never miss. And neither should you. Don't miss Xfinity's best offer of the year on the X1 Triple Play. Just $99.99 a month for 2 full years. You'll get X1 DVR service free for a year, so you don't miss your favorites. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you watch TV. So don't miss out.
Get the X1 Triple Play now with double the speed for just $99.99 a month for 2 full years. Plus, get $150 back. Don't wait. Call or go online today.
Do you need a car but credit problems are holding you back? CarHop can help with a super low down payment and fast approval. We understand buying a car is a big decision. With a 7-day money-back guarantee and an outstanding warranty, you know you've made the right choice. Fast approval and the peace of mind of a money-back guarantee and a great warranty. Call or visit carhop.com today.
CarHop, cars and credit to go. Cars and credit to go.
Experience family fun and pro football like you've never seen it. The Hall of Fame Tour, October 17th and 18th. Celebrate pro football's greatest players with interactive exhibits, activities for the entire family, and exclusive pieces from the Hall of Fame. Meet Hall of Fame heroes from the Minnesota Vikings and test your skills to see how you compare to the all-time greats. Come see the legends who made the game great. The Pro Football Hall of Fame Tour, October 17th and 18th at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Tickets on sale now. ProFootballTour.com.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy rack of ribs?
Fabulous chops, huge steaks, and the Buddy Bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the place for you. Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain.
Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second-to-none happy hour, and great outdoor dining, just blocks from the new ballpark.
Located at 394 in North Washington. Locally owned, nationally known. Hoyt's.
J.D. Hoyt's, there you saw it. Great place to go when you come to downtown Minneapolis. Locally owned, nationally owned. They got a chop, they got a steak for you. Lavelle likes it there, even when there's not a Twins game.
I'll be there in a couple weeks.
Yeah, welcome back to the sports show. The Minnesota Twins completed their season, and through 161, at least we had to watch.
Big mystery to me is Perkins. What happened to him?
His arm got hurt.
Huh?
His arm got hurt and he lost velocity.
Neck, back.
If his arm got hurt, why
Yeah,
is
neck,
Malter
back, whatever it was,
playing
he
him?
lost velocity.
Huh? Why is Malter playing him?
Because he had a couple of times he'd get you out of things.
Well, I thought they had a better season than anybody expected. Like we
Oh
talked.
boy, they just in. I mean, everybody thinks they had a better season than anybody expected.
I just think they came up with some players that are going to help them in the future. Eddie R., Sano, Hicks.
Who's the first person he said?
Eddie R.
Rosario.
Yeah, Rosario.
Like he says, they need a catcher who can hit, get some bat.
Yep.
Control the running game.
They need, I don't know about the pitching.
Well, the second half of the year is kind of interesting because, it was really four guys they didn't have. Santana, Sano, Jepson, and who's the fourth one that I missed in there that came on in the second half of the season and did all
Tyler
that?
Duffy?
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Duffy.
Hicks to some degree.
Hicks to some
Hicks
degree.
came back the second time. He's the guy I'd trade, by the way.
You trade Hicks?
You got a lot of outfielders. Somebody might need a center fielder, and I want the other guy playing even if he's not quite ready yet. Because when the ball goes up in the air, he catches it.
Who,
Buxton. But, as far as the weekend is concerned, you get 3 runs in 3 games. I mean, they were done by Sunday, and they played the B squad today, but they just stopped hitting.
Well, Dozier went in the tank during the second half of the season.
He got real quiet after that
really
week
bad.
after the All-Star break.
Sure
didn't
did.
it?
Yeah, he did. What?
What happened to Dozier?
Dozier, I talked to Dozier
Good
last
question.
week. I had a conversation with Dozier last week, because we were talking about because he likes hitting the high fastball.
Yeah.
And he said, well, there's something going on with me that doesn't allow me to hit the high fastball. And I tried to press him, and he wouldn't spill the beans. So I think there was some injury issue with him during the second half of the season that may have contributed to his struggles. But it was a dysfunctional lineup. They didn't have like a real leadoff guy, and Dozier 100 runs in the 2-0. Maurer wasn't Maurer. And we saw some of this come to a head here late
I
in
know
the
that's
season.
what's made it amazing at the end that they had this season because as you said, the lineup you'd go, okay, it's just okay.
But there's some talent coming back next year, and hopefully the offense takes another step forward because you'd like to see Sano and Rosario take off from where they left this year.
Patrick?
Got a lot of money invested in pitchers they aren't sure of. I think Santana will be okay, but in Alaska, are you going to write off $25 million? Are you going to write off $25 million?
Who's going to take
Nobody's going to take him. You got to write it off.
No.
You got to write off $25 million. Are they going to do that?
He had a trip scheduled to Europe tonight. He left the ballpark, went straight to the airport to fly to Europe. Who does that?
Really down about this.
Well, he and Giancarlo, big buddies. They like to travel Europe together.
Okay, that's what probably happened.
Stanton are big buddies.
Okay, so what do you do at first base with Joe Mauer, Sano, possibility? What are you going to do?
Joe's the first baseman. You know what? In the history of this game, there's been players who've had great seasons and then they fell off for a couple years and they eventually get it back. So you got to hope that Mauer can get back to being a 3-up hitter.
What's Paul Molitor's assessment of what Joe Mauer needs to do to get it back?
I think Molitor's a little baffled. I think everybody thought that him being at first base and coming off a healthy year, that he would hit 300, and he didn't. I think you think his swing has gotten long. I asked him about that today. He thinks it's because he's chasing pitches out of the strike zone too much. But that's just one issue with him.
Sid, you're frustrated over here. You want to speak more?
Here's the thing. I'm convinced they're not going to win until Mauer's contract comes out. When they take $24 million off the payroll, then they can go out and get a couple of players that can help them.
Sid, by then, all these kids are going to be looking at
arbitration.
That money will crack up real quick.
They're going to be spending all that money. All these kids, you can't wait 3 years.
They're going to have to work with what they have.
You got to have the guts to tell Joe, we're going to play Sano at first and Plouffe at third, and we're going to let you DH some and You know, you might play 110 games, but it's over, and when you play, you're going to bat seventh. Somebody's got to have the guts to talk to him.
This is my real
honestly.
question.
I don't think this organization has the guts to look Joe Mauer in the face and say, what you're doing at first base is unacceptable.
I don't think there's anyone over there who will say that.
I don't either.
I don't.
Is there value, though, to having him from the other team's standpoint, because you see how they're still trying to pitch around him, they still fear him? Is there value there that we don't see?
I don't know. The one thing he does well is he hit, 360 with runners in scoring position. That was third best in the American League.
Drive in runs. He drove in 66 runs.
Because he gets a single with the guy on second, and he pulls into third. But that's a base hit with runners in scoring position. You know,
what would you do with Mauer, Sidney?
They got to do exactly what you said. You no longer are a capable fielding third baseman.
Well, he's okay.
He's okay.
And in addition, you strike out all the time. When we need some runs, you've had it. You're not going to play 160 games, but they got nobody who will do that.
Whoever thought we'd be mad at Joe for playing too much?
I'll tell you, this sports last thing that I worried about was Joe Mauer a few years ago.
Too much.
100%.
Yeah.
If we could only get him out of the lineup.
Think
First
about
base,
that,
320 homers.
Yes.
The contract he got, he never should have got in the first place.
Well, he had
But
to
if they
make a
had
choice.
lost him, everybody would have been mad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at this point, if he was with another team, the Twins would say, boy, oh, are we lucky we didn't sign him?
Said they had no choice.
He
They were
come off
going
28
into a new
home
ballpark, and he
runs
was
that year.
coming off one of the greatest seasons a catcher has ever had.
Yeah.
So that's
a perfect storm.
Anybody
Yeah,
who tells me that the Twins shouldn't have given him that contract is a dummy.
Who do you like quickly? Who's your pick to win it in baseball?
I think the St. Louis Cardinals are still going to win the
100
World
wins
Series.
this year.
no way.
Yes, I think
They're not getting out of the first round,
No,
baby.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
No.
Yes,
Not without
they're going to grind
Carlos
away through.
Martinez.
I like Toronto.
You like Toronto this year? What about the Yankees? Steinbrenner is, his
Yeah,
ghost
you're
is
turning
still
your back
there.
on the
It's your
Yankees.
guy.
Well, the Yankees are getting some guys back now that were hurt.
Okay, real quick question. I know we're a little bit over. What do you make of A-Rod's comeback season, Patrick? People have kind of written him off. Didn't know if he'd play again.
He
He
petered out at the
kind of
end.
got him in.
Yeah, I don't know. He's how he got his bat speed back. I'll never know. There must be some good protein shakes out there that aren't illegal. That's all I know.
A-Rod
Because he
petered
got
out.
his bat speed back.
He kind of
Here's
petered
the
out late in the
thing.
season, though.
Just like Adrian Peterson here, Rodriguez is a hero in New York.
No.
You got to go out and salute the fans and all that
I
kind
think
of
Mauer
stuff.
should fly to Miami and have a sit down with A-Rod and ask him
Take a
how you
break,
do
come
that
back,
at age
stay
40.
with us.
He'll take him to a certain store.
Ever wonder, why do I hear but not understand? Scientists at Cambridge University discovered the answer. Inside your cochlea, there are thousands of tiny hearing hair cells. Poor hearing occurs when regions of these hair cells die. Amplifying a dead region with hearing aids makes you hear worse, not better. The result of this study is a hearing clarity breakthrough. Using standard test equipment, dead regions of your cochlea are identified. Then, a new type of frequency-shaping hearing aid is programmed to bypass the dead regions. Only your usable hearing hair cells receive amplification. Brilliant. A local study is underway. 100 citizens with hearing problems are needed to receive this testing and then wear the tiny device for 10 days, recording your results. Call now to see if you qualify. Volunteers may keep the product at a special discount if they desire. Don't miss this opportunity. Call now.
Hi, I'm John Hines. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World is the place you should come for car washes, oil changes, tires. As a matter of fact, anything and everything under the hood of your car. You're in great hands at Bobby and Steve's Auto World, where serving people is the most important part of their business.
Go into Bobby and Steve's Auto World for great savings on all Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. Plus, get $60 on your World Rewards card. Schedule your appointment at BobbyandStevesAutoWorld.com or just stop in.
Welcome back. Let's move it down to Gophers. Sydney, that was a tough Big Ten loss, not just losing to Northwestern, but the way they lost yesterday.
Well, I've never seen Dill, the 5 years he's been here, kill is down. They actually were convinced that that young quarterback for Northwestern wasn't good enough to beat him. Talking to him all week, they had some guys come back off the injured list. They were shocked by how Northwestern handled them.
They were right. That Northwestern quarterback couldn't beat him.
Correct.
Their own quarterback could beat them, was their problem. And the rest of that offense, it was pathetic.
It's more than just a quarterback with the Gophers right now. It's offensive line, running game, nothing's clicking. Yeah, I mean, you could be mad at Leitner, and he's missing receivers, but the whole offense has got issues.
What happened to that feisty group we saw against TCU laying down like dogs at Northwestern? What happened?
I don't know. All I know is a week before, Northwestern struggled to beat Ball State. They beat them 24-19.
Yeah.
So
their defense pretty good though.
Oh yeah, they are good. I mean, if you're going to beat them, it's not going to be high scoring.
Sidney, you know when they last got shut out by Northwestern, don't you?
What?
He probably does.
1959. And you know what we did? We hung Murray in a tree. We hung Murray in effigy. That's when we had some school spirit. If we lost a football game, we'd hang Murray. Now we don't. Did anybody hang Kill this weekend?
Nobody.
We want some effigies around campus after a performance like that.
If it happens now, people are going to know who's behind it.
I was there. I was
They
there.
had Paul Flatley in 59.
I was there. They lost to Wisconsin the last game of the year. And I was visiting my brother who was in school, and he was living in Territorial Hall. We walked back, and there was Murray in a tree.
Is that right?
I said Murray, yeah.
Here's the thing
Did
about
Sid come down from the tree finally?
Northwestern, in 1936, Minnesota wins a national championship.
No, he's outdated.
With one game, Northwestern.
So Northwestern's always been a thorn in your side.
That, you won't hear that on any other sports show, baby.
The question, though, is now they got to come back and beat Purdue. It looked like that would be a layup until Purdue went wire to wire with Michigan State yesterday.
I don't know. I mean, I asked him a question today that I thought the team has gone downhill from TCU. TCU's a good football team. They competed with TCU.
Ohio, they played well offensively.
What was his response when you said you guys are going backwards? What was his response?
He didn't agree.
Oh, well. Maybe he hadn't watched the tape yet.
He should have saw the warning signs of Kent State.
The offensive line is so beat up.
Yes.
And, if you have a great quarterback, he can compensate for an offensive line to stop. But in this crowd, people got to look at Croft. You can't, at that level, you can't just run around and look and then, they're just too good,
Here's what happened. They had a scrimmage at St. Paul.
Concordia St. Paul.
Yeah. And that Croft kid,
yeah,
he went crazy that day.
Sure.
And so everybody thinks he's the greatest. He's not ready for this kind of football, and I'd be shocked if he started it this week.
No, they were just at a point where they go, we got to get him some reps because you know what they think is they're going to dominate a few teams in those first four and let him play, Right. Well, it never happens. So they go, well, let's get somebody ready, take a break, come back, stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Case Law. For all your legal needs, not your typical law firm. Griffin Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than to need us and not know us. Edge Marketing and Promotional Products. From T-shirts to swag, featuring over 100,000 products. We can put your logo on anything. And Vincent's Limousine Service, serving your corporate and private transportation needs since 2005.
If you guys could go on a free shopping spree anywhere, where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I'd go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, the Wild, the Timberwolves, and of course the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts too. For details, go to TicketKingOnline.com. Any ticket, anytime, anywhere. It's the real thing. It's Ticket King. Right, Dad?
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
You're watching CW-23.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Beacon Bank will become Alaris Bank, and it'll still be great, responsive, reliable, and reassuring. Congratulations to Bob Weiss and his group as they go through the transition to the transaction. But it has been stellar, and it will continue to be as Beacon Bank moves into a new territory and new ownership soon. Welcome back to the Sports Show.
How would you describe this thing?
This is a gray turtleneck with a sport coat. It's a classic look.
It's a classic look.
It goes back to when you were on the train in 1936 going to that Northwestern game. This is something that you'd have wore back
looks
then.
very much.
That's a stupid statement I made, okay?
It looks very much like.
You don't have any George Steinbrenner's turtlenecks to wear?
Very much like James Coburn in those spy movies from the 1970s.
Yeah,
That's
now
right.
that's
There you
back.
go.
Yeah.
Sid just doesn't know it yet. The Minnesota Lynx lost the first game, and I thought you thought they'd win the first game. That's what you told me.
I thought they'd win the series.
Yeah, well, they lost the first game, buddy.
What is that, 3 out of 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, they play another game here?
Another game
Yep,
here.
I'm glad you're up on all this,
Tuesday
yep.
night.
Got nobody who wins.
Yes.
Well,
it was a
they're in the
nice
finals.
weekend.
I thought
Now, the last time they lost a home game in the playoffs, I think they'd won 12 straight or something. The last time they won was the finals opener against the Fever in 2012 when they got upset. So I'm a little nervous here because the Fever, they were third in the East, and we were the #1 seed. So it's
I got to kick it. St. Paul paper made that Taylor's son-in-law, that Roger
Griffin,
made him the biggest hero in history.
I'm surprised that they beat the Star Tribune to it since Glenn Taylor bought that paper. There's more Lynx coverage than there is Vikings
Well,
sometimes.
I did a column on Maya the other day, and you know how everybody talks about you should all run your organizations like the Lynx in town? Why aren't other teams like the Lynx? Their first 12 years, they were 1-4 in the playoffs. They made the playoffs 2 years. They were 1-4, and then they got Maya Moore. Okay,
End of story.
That's right.
Yeah, and
she was having a monster game today. I thought
She had a monster game, but they
She had
lost.
6 turnovers.
Oh, really? Oh.
You can't turn it over in the finals.
No, not in the not against the Fever.
No.
Yeah, off script.
Rosen, I just want to announce, Rosen is
got it.
very desperate for guests. He
He'll have Lavelli
can't
and
get
Eli.
anybody, so he's got him on again. I can't wait to watch that show.
It'll be good.
I'm not going to comment.
We're running
I'm not
out
going
of
to comment
time.
about it on the
We're
show on
running out of
another
time.
station.
Huh?
Minnesota Wild, quickly. You like their chances against Colorado to open the season?
Well, the Wild, Louie and Nanny thinks they'll beat the Blackhawks this time.
Louie and you, man. There's a pair to be picking
I
games
asked the owner
locally.
if he was optimistic, and he said he thought so, but he
thought he was
wasn't quite
optimistic?
sure. So
The Hawks aren't as strong as they were a year ago. They could be had.
All right,
Yeah,
well, let's
but
go down to
nobody's
that,
in jail.
Let's go
That's
down to
good.
that
That's-
final
Not
cap.
yet.
Sid, look into that camera and tell the people what you've been holding back on.
Well, the Vikings can't lose this week because they got to bye.
Twins can't lose this week.
Twins are
Because they're
done. They
bye-bye.
can't
Because they're
lose.
bye-bye.
The only teams that can lose are the Lynx
And the
and the Gophers.
And the Wild.
And the Wild.
Yes.
That's it?
Let's hope that somebody starts winning.
Okay.
I
See you back here next week,
Bye, Sid.
everybody.
Very
The
important.
Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.